I hope by now, you recognize that there actually is potential within yourself. You've been given so many God-given abilities, some that you are aware of, and some that you may not be aware of, but the abilities lie within you. And of course, stepping into that best version of you begins with recognizing what your true capabilities are. Every great journey, every great story, right, of inspiration or motivation begins with belief. Belief that you can be more, belief that you were destined for more. Because how can you take actionable steps towards stepping into your truest potential if you don't actually believe it exists? So right here in this current moment, as you are watching this video, take a moment to recognize and acknowledge your strengths, your natural strengths, as well as the skills that you've accumulated throughout your life, and ask yourself how you can use those strengths to grow in the areas that you want to grow in within your life. That's what it comes down to. You've been dealt a very good hand at life if you would look at it for what it is. Stop looking at the cards that are missing from the hand that you've been dealt. Look at the ones in front of you. You're blessed. Now turn those blessings into more blessings. And the best way to go about doing that is by setting clear intentions. I say this all the time, man, because so many people have no idea what they want in their lives. But I don't blame most people, because so much people spend most of their time on social media looking at the accomplishments of other people, and everybody nowadays falls into shiny object syndrome, which is basically just, going after something because it looks presentable, from the perspective of Instagram, maybe. But most people end up striving towards things that they don't actually care about, or things that actually aren't best suited for them. They start trying to chase the goals of other people, when in actuality, it's completely backwards. Stop looking outside of yourself to try and set these intentions. All of the answers are already within you, but you're so distracted by all the social media that you consume, you have no idea what you want. So you need to set clear intentions. And the way to do that is by disconnecting. If that means giving yourself a detox from social media, do so, and actually understand what it is that you want, what will bring you fulfillment, joy, enthusiasm, and stop looking outside of yourself to find these answers. Because it's not money that you want, it's what money can do for you and what that money can do for your family. So of course, being financially free can do a lot for you, but it's not everything. In order to step into the life that you want to step into, you need to become the person who is worthy of attaining these goals. So who do you want to become? Visualize it, write it down, tune everything else out, man. Focus on yourself. Understand the qualities that you want to embody in order to live the life that you want to live. Because if you want to make a change in your life, you need to change who you are today. This has nothing to do with wishful thinking by any means. It's about setting a clear direction for your personal growth and striving towards that goal with inspired action every day. So become very, very particular with what it is that you actually want in your life, and cut out everything else that isn't related to that goal. Once you have cut out all these things that are distracting you and essentially taking away your energy, you can now build new habits that are directly related to your goal. Because obviously our daily habits shape our lives. What are we doing with our time? You need to focus on building empowering routines that will give you something back with the time that you invest. You need to ask yourself every day, are you spending your time or are you investing your time? If you are gaming all day, you are spending your time. If you wake up early in the morning and you're working on your business, you're investing your time. If you get your ass to the gym, you put in some time and get a nice workout, you're investing your time. So you need to constantly ask yourself, are you spending your time or are you investing your time? Every person has 24 hours in a day. You should view each hour as currency, as a dollar, let's say, right? 7 to 8 of those dollars are already right off, right? Sleeping. But again, that's an investment. Don't view sleep as currency being spent. Get that proper rest so then you can invest the rest of your currency, your hours, and maximize your return. Ask yourself, what are you doing with the remaining currency? Because how you invest it has so much to do with what we experience. So everyone has their own ways of structuring their own habits, their own routines. But I think it's essential that we all dedicate time to learn every day in the form of, reading, writing, consuming content like such, studying, whatever it is. Exercise, we all need to exercise. We don't all need to be bodybuilders, but we need to move our bodies and keep our bodies active. It's not only good for your physical health, but also your mental health. We all know this. Some of us just forget it from time to time, but you are your best version when you are working out and exercising. So you need to incorporate fitness into your days. And I think practicing mindfulness, just setting time aside to just be with yourself, meditate, read, write, whatever it is, and building routines around that, I think is just essential. And I've seen what it has done for my life. and how it's really helped me reshape my own self-concept, the way that I perceive myself, because the way that we perceive ourselves is what we experience. And that's what the goal is at the end of the day, is to change your subconscious mind, the perception that you have of yourself, because the moment you do that, that's when the physical reality follows. And I know for a lot of people, that's just like, oh man, like, you playing, or like, some people just don't have the awareness to understand that this physical reality isn't everything. It's not it. You have a consciousness. Once you understand the power of your consciousness and that your world begins in your consciousness, you become a much more powerful creator of your own reality. And that's what I really seek to do with these videos, is to help you raise your awareness so you understand that there's so much more within you, and that you shouldn't live solely through your physical senses, like what you can see and taste and hear, because that's just a fraction of reality. You know what I'm saying? And once you really understand it, you have a much better grasp of how all of this works, and you just start catching W's like naturally. So yeah, man, self-care goes a long way too. So when we're talking about establishing habits, self-care is huge. Of course, taking care of your environment, ensuring that you're in a clean environment, making sure that you're cleaning yourself up, you're feeling good, you're eating good, you're not eating frozen foods that you just toss in the microwave, you're not being lazy, you're eating healthy, nourishing foods that really agrees with your body, and you're being very disciplined with eating clean, incorporating more plant-based meals into your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Those of y'all that know me, like, I'm plant-based. Most, if not all of the people around me aren't plant-based, and I don't, try and preach my lifestyle onto them. I know what a plant-based lifestyle has done for my life, but I feel like there's already this narrative that like, vegans are already so like preachy or whatever it is. So like, I try not to get into it too much, but rather demonstrate the benefits of this lifestyle. But even so, like, for someone who does consume like, dairy, meat, what have you, I still think it's extremely beneficial to incorporate a few plant-based meals within your weeks. Really helps with digestion, rejuvenating your gut, and allowing your body to rest very efficiently and effectively. So yeah, man, consume clean foods and make this a habit. Find what works for you. There are so many amazing plant-based foods out there. My girl Ellie Jane is actually a YouTuber. She does a lot of food content, amazing plant-based recipes. Be sure to check her out because she has so many amazing, nourishing foods on her channel that are not only delicious and clean, but are also very filling, because that's always the misconception with plant-based foods. It's like, bro, like, if I'm gonna eat plant-based, I can't get full. You can, you just haven't experimented yet. You haven't found your rhythm yet. But practicing self-care and embodying change and growth goes such a long way. So you gotta build habits and routines around that so you can really, again, think differently, be more sharp, step into this new identity, be more physically fit, be healthier, be more successful. I think it goes without saying, like, we have to embrace change. Like, if we're not evolving, what are we doing? Like, step outside of your comfort zone, be open to new experiences, talking to new people, taking on new ideas, because I think being open to new ideas like such goes such a long way. And it allows you to translate that openness to new experiences into other areas of your life. Like, for example, when I'm being pitched on new methods or new strategies for my business, if I have a closed mind every time like a new idea is proposed to me, the business will stay the same, bro. You have to be open to new ideas and new growth strategies. Same goes for, as I was just alluding to before, like incorporating more, plant-based meals into your lifestyle. Most people are so unfamiliar with that lifestyle that they're very closed off to it. But if you can be more open to change in that aspect of your life, it becomes easier in other aspects of your life. We may have certain attitudes and beliefs that we want to change, and by demonstrating an open mind to other ideas, it becomes more natural, and your mind is more willing to take on this discomfort and to be able to change. So keep that in mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? And of course, don't forget that like growth happens when you're willing to take risks, quote unquote risks. So don't be afraid of them, seek them, if anything. And I think it's super important that when we talk about like stepping into this new version of ourselves, it's very important that we reflect, because I feel like it's in those moments of solitude where we are with ourselves and we're reflecting and we're not consuming anything, but we're just observing our thoughts, is when we grow the most. And I can speak on that from personal experience. So that's when you get a better understanding of your own viewpoints of the world, maybe why you were reactive in a way that you didn't like that day. You just start to get a much better understanding for yourself. So in the same way that you make time for other people, the same way that you make time to go hang out with your boys or link up with your girls or go hang out with your family, make time for yourself, like consciously. Like, yo, tonight, like this evening, I'm gonna be with me, and that's just what it's gonna be. I'm just gonna be with myself tonight and make the most of it. And that is the best time to assess your progress and to make necessary adjustments, like if you need to. You really do gain so much clarity in those moments alone, what it is that we truly want. You get so much clarity on the path that you're currently on, and if the way that you are spending or investing your time is directly correlated with the life that you want to live and becoming the person that you want to be. So reflect and adjust, and make a habit out of that. But don't fall into the trap that most people fall into, which is looking at the destination and seeing how far it is outside of yourself and then losing motivation as a result. There's so much power in the ability to be patient. You gotta remember that transformation takes time. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. So you gotta really reshape your perspective of the game that we're playing. It's a long-term game. It's a marathon that we're running. It's not supposed to happen overnight, but it's within those challenges that we develop our strongest sense of character, and we reveal so much about ourselves to ourselves. You get what I mean? The best version of yourself is waiting on you to take inspired action. So why wait any longer? Remember that every step forward is progress, and you already have the power to become the person that you want to be. It's just a matter of establishing that level of discipline, focus, persistent, and finding ways to reignite that enthusiasm every single day. Every person has a different way of finding motivation within themselves, but I really do encourage you to find what gets you lit, like what gets you enthused, and that's the fuel that you can continue to run on. Just keep moving forward and focus on getting 1% better every day, and soon you will see the results of your consistency. It just starts with clear intention and focus. Man, I appreciate y'all chopping it up with me. I appreciate y'all for watching, sending you so much love and positive energy. If you did find this video helpful, share it with someone who needs a little extra ounce of motivation, and continue to execute, especially when you don't feel like it, because it's in those moments when you develop your strongest sense of self. So keep pushing, man. It's KT, bro. I'll see y'all in the next video.